Tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, all set to go into effect within days. Critics warning the move will spark a trade war and force Americans to pay more for things they need. We'll get to the impact on your budget in just a minute, but first, Yamiche Alcindor has more on the fallout today.
Tonight, President Trump's new tariffs blasted by foreign leaders and Democrats here at home.
It's going to just do one thing. It will raise prices for American consumers.
Even as Republicans rush to the president's defense for imposing 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada and 10% on items from China.
If prices go up, it's because of other people's reactions to America's laws.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau retaliating with his own 25% tariffs on U.S. imports and speaking directly to the American people.
Tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk. They will raise costs for you, including food at the grocery store, gas at the pump.
And it's getting personal. Last night in an NHL hockey game in Ottawa, Canadian fans booed the singing of the U.S. national anthem. This morning, President Trump writing on social media that Canada should become our cherished 51st state. The president, who campaigned on promises of lowering costs for Americans, also acknowledging prices could go up, posting, "Will there be some pain? Yes, maybe," adding it will all be worth the price that must be paid. White House officials said the tariffs will help with border security and accused Mexico of having an alliance with drug traffickers. Mexico's president pushing back, saying we categorically reject the White House's slander against the Mexican government of having alliances with criminal organizations. Mexico also says it will now implement its own new tariffs on the U.S. And China says it's going to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization and take countermeasures of its own.
Yamiche is joining us now from West Palm Beach in Florida, where she's traveling with the president. Yamiche, it's possible President Trump isn't done yet when it comes to tariffs, right?
That's right. Yesterday, White House officials said if any country tried to retaliate, the U.S. could increase President Trump's tariffs even more. So this trade war could just be getting started. Hallie?
Yamiche Alcindor, thank you. Let's bring in senior business correspondent Christine Romans. All right, Christine, translate the politics into the everyday budget of it all, because there's a lot of stuff we import from these countries, and a lot of it will probably get more expensive.
You know, that's right, Hallie. I mean, you look at these tariffs, they hit America's three biggest trading partners. Mexico, China, and Canada exported more than $1.2 trillion worth of goods into the U.S. just in the first 11 months of 2024. So let's start with energy. Canadian crude exports will have a smaller 10% tariff, but experts say even that is enough to add 15 to 25 cents a gallon to the cost of gasoline for U.S. drivers. Now let's look at autos. This trade war could add an estimated $3,000 to the cost of a new car here in the U.S. Why? Because 42% of auto parts are imported from Mexico, 13% from Canada. All of those are about to face new costs. As for groceries, the margins on food are so razor thin that shoppers could be looking at paying the full 25% of cost increases on everything like avocados, beer, and beef from Mexico, and chocolate, pork, and vegetable oil from Canada, Allie.
How about consumer technology, Christine? So much of that is made in China. What happens to those costs?
So look at these estimates. These are from the Consumer Tech Association. If the full tariffs are passed on to consumers, price increases could be as much as $213 on a smartphone, $357 on laptops, and $246 more for video game consoles, Hallie.
Christine Romans, thank you. Also tonight, it seems like dramatic changes are happening at USAID. That's the agency responsible for providing help to developing countries and those in crisis. Vaughn Hilliard joins us now. So, Vaughn, what's going on here, and how is Elon Musk involved?
Right, Hallie. This amounts to a gutting of this key agency. NBC News has learned from several sources that in the past week, more than 1,000 senior civil workers and contractors were fired, furloughed, or placed on leave. USAID's website has been offline for more than 24 hours now, and I'm also told that this weekend the director and deputy director of the agency's security office were put on leave after refusing access to secure files to Elon Musk's Doge office. In just the last hours, Musk calling the agency criminal and saying it's time for it to die. USAID is the backbone of the U.S.'s humanitarian assistance around the world, and the Trump administration has also frozen billions of dollars of foreign aid that runs through it. Several Democratic lawmakers tonight are saying the crippling of USAID undercuts America's national security.
Vaughn Hilliard, thank you very much. Still ahead tonight, Secretary of State Marco Rubio touring the Panama Canal NBA and beyond. The superstars now swapping teams.
My mom used to tell me, if you want to be a champion, you got to be a champion at life. I got to watch her play at her highest from when I was born.
From one generation to the next, we don't stop.
I always wanted to know why I am the way I am. My curiosity led me to Ancestry, which breaks down like